Imagine walking into a room expecting applause and getting quietly escorted out instead. Not once, not twice, but over and over again. These are 10 moments where Meghan Markle showed up expecting the spotlight and walked away with a reality check. And trust me, you don't want to miss the 6th one. Even the palace tried to pretend it never happened. During a royal visit to Morocco, a red carpet was rolled out for Prince Harry to inspect the Guard of Honor. Simple, traditional, and very clearly not a shared spotlight moment. But Meghan seemed to think otherwise. As Harry stepped forward, she moved in right alongside him, clearly expecting to walk the carpet too. That's when a palace staffer quietly stepped in and shut it down. Nope. Cameras caught the exact moment she was stopped, redirected, and politely moved to the side. Meghan appeared to hesitate for a second, almost like she was about to argue, but the rules didn't bend. The carpet stayed exclusive. She had no choice but to walk beside it instead. Her smile tightened, her body language stiffened, and the moment instantly went awkward.
The other thing about this is Meghan looks 10 times more ridiculous by towing the line this way.
Whether she was reminded that the carpet was for senior royals only, or simply corrected on protocol, one thing was crystal clear. This was Harry's moment, not hers, and for once, the spotlight didn't move. Now this next moment is where things stop being awkward and turn into real-time public feedback. As Meghan Markle and Prince Harry exit St. Paul's Cathedral during the Queen's Platinum Jubilee service of Thanksgiving, the cameras are rolling, the crowd is packed, and suddenly, you can hear it. Boos. Not whispers. Not, maybe that was wind. Actual, audible boos. Mixed with some cheers, sure, but loud enough that every major outlet had to acknowledge it.
Meghan Markle and Prince Harry hit with boos and some cheers as they made their first public appearance with the royal family in 2 years. Inside St. Paul's Cathedral, they were seated on the opposite.
And here's the part that makes this moment brutal. They weren't heckled during a protest. They weren't at some controversial press conference. This was a national celebration, a once-in-a-lifetime royal event. And this was the crowd's reaction when they stepped inside. Watch Meghan's face closely in the footage. She keeps smiling because that's what you do when you're being booed on camera, and you know there's no redo. In March 2019, Buckingham Palace hosted a formal reception marking the 50th anniversary of Prince Charles becoming Prince of Wales. This wasn't a casual mingle. It was tightly planned, tightly controlled, and very clear on who was allowed where. Before the event officially began, Queen Elizabeth, Charles, and Prince William were scheduled to view historic investiture items in a private room. Access was limited. Senior royals only, plus their spouses. Everyone else had been told to wait in a different room. Simple enough. Except Harry and Meghan didn't. Cameras caught them hovering near the entrance of the private room before the Queen even arrived. They had pushed ahead of everyone else. At one point, King Charles had to tell them, "Only senior royals allowed inside." But they still didn't listen. Like the rules were more of a suggestion than an actual boundary. They lingered around, entered the room with everyone, and eventually, palace aides, along with a security guard, had to step in and physically guide them away from the room. No argument, no explanation, just a quiet removal. And in royal terms, that's about as clear a message as it gets. This one isn't loud, but it's brutal. During this royal event, Meghan keeps turning toward Harry, reacting, chatting, treating it like a casual moment. Except it's not. This is a formal royal ceremony. There's protocol. There's choreography. And there are cameras everywhere. Harry notices it immediately. So the first time, he subtly corrects her. A quiet gesture, a quick reminder. Basically, hey, face forward. She doesn't. She keeps turning back. So Harry has to do it again. on camera. The second time isn't subtle anymore. It's very clear. Turn around, follow the rules. And only then does she finally face forward. That's the part that makes this moment so uncomfortable. Because if this were a red carpet, if this were a guard of honor inspection, if this were one of those moments where Harry actually has authority, he wouldn't be correcting her twice. He'd be telling her, "Yeah, you're not supposed to be here. Step aside." And we've already seen that happen. This wasn't Meghan being misunderstood. This was Meghan being out of position and corrected until she complied. No escort, no argument, just a public reminder that in the royal world, the spotlight doesn't move for you, even if you really want it to. Not long after the wedding, Harry and Meghan were invited to Prince Charles's birthday celebration. This should have been the easiest royal appearance imaginable. Show up, smile, make small talk, leave. That's it. But apparently, even that was too much. Meghan reportedly looked uncomfortable the entire time and made it very clear she didn't want to be there. Not subtly either. At one point, Camilla allegedly overheard her saying she just wanted to go home. Camilla informed Charles, and he thought instead of keeping someone with so much negative energy around, why not just let her go? A few minutes later, Charles just informed Harry. No argument, no discussion, no maybe stay a little longer, just a polite but unmistakable signal. Your time here is done. They say a few rushed goodbyes and leave early, turning what should have been a relaxed birthday celebration into yet another quiet, awkward exit. This next one comes straight from a restaurant insider. Michael Checky, a veteran maitre d' who's worked at multiple Michelin-starred spots, recalled the incident in his book, Your Table is Ready. Back in 2017, when Meghan was dating Prince Harry, her handler reportedly demanded a private table at a New York restaurant, insisting it was necessary because she was dating a prince. Checky calmly explained there were no private tables available. That should have been the end of it, but the handler doubled down, reminding him she'd soon be a duchess. His reaction? He almost laughed. According to him, no one cared. Not the staff, not the guests, not even the regulars at the bar. Powerful people walked through that restaurant every day, and this didn't impress anyone. Meghan reportedly stayed quiet the entire time, distant and disengaged. In the end, the royal name drop didn't get special treatment. It just made the situation awkward. Instead of a VIP moment, it turned into a quiet embarrassment. When Harry and Meghan stepped away from royal duties, they seemed relieved, finally free from rules, schedules, and expectations. What they didn't fully anticipate was that the perks of royal life don't stay when you leave the royal duties. Not long after, they were told to vacate Frogmore Cottage, their Windsor home.
Overnight, a spokesperson for Prince Harry and Meghan Markle saying the couple is being kicked out of their Windsor home, telling NBC News the Duke and Duchess of Sussex have been requested to vacate their residence at Frogmore Cottage.
No long negotiations, no soft transition, just a clear message: pack up and move out. Overnight, a spokesperson confirmed that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex had been asked to leave the property. And just like that, the door quietly closed. It wasn't symbolic, it was practical. A turning point that made one thing very clear. Stepping back also meant being moved further away. During Queen Elizabeth II's Platinum Jubilee, a milestone celebrating 70 years of service, Harry and Meghan weren't exactly celebrated. They were quietly repositioned. No balcony appearance, no front row seating, no sign of senior royal status. Instead, they were placed well away from the core family, clearly separated from William and Catherine.
But the Sussexes are now very much second-row royals, taking their seats away from senior family members.
And this wasn't an accident or a seating mix-up. It was deliberate. The palace sent a very controlled message. If you're not a working royal, you don't get treated like one. Titles don't override protocol, and cameras don't change tradition. For a couple known for commanding attention, the downgrade was impossible to miss. Meghan arrived expecting significance, and left with a very public reminder of where the Sussexes now stood. Second row, off to the side, and firmly outside the inner circle.
Prince Harry is furious, quote-unquote, following the 4-day celebration with claims that he felt ignored, sidelined, and now wants something of an apology.
These incidents once again proved the same issue people keep calling out: the inauthenticity. Everything around Meghan Markle feels calculated. Every appearance, every complaint, every cause conveniently lined up with attention, status, or profit. It's not about service, it's about spotlight. Not about principles, but positioning. And when the world doesn't treat her like the main character, the frustration shows, because entitlement doesn't handle boundaries well. If you want more unfiltered breakdowns of royal behavior and videos like this, do not forget to subscribe and share.